A significant rise in the number of sexual offense cases in the last 2 weeks following the introduction of the COVID-19 virus in Kenya.
This is according to the National Council on the Administration of Justice. A majority of the victims are minors.
KTN News' Timothy Otieno now reports on why the worrying trend may be a cause for concern within many households.
When the government ordered for closure of all schools in the country on the 15th of March this year, more than 1.5 million pupils and students from both primary and secondary education were left under the primary care of their parents at home. But the place, which is supposed to be a safe haven for the minors, is now turning into a nightmare if an alarm raised by the country's National Council on the Administration of Justice, led by Chief Justice David Maraga, is anything to go by. According to Maraga, since schools were shut down and the introduction of the deadly virus in the country more than 2 weeks ago, nearly 1,000 cases of defilement have been reported across the country.
These offences constitute 35.8% of the criminal matters reported during the period.
A majority of these cases have been girls below the age of 12 as the victims, with those on the suspect list being either family members, guardians or caregivers.
Nataka kujua ni nini inaendelea haswa ndio mtoto daktari aandike ni defilement, alafu kwenda huko ninaambiwa ni sexual assault na hata waliachilia mtoto kama hajapona.
Especially for
Evans Munga works for the African Network for the Prevention and Protection Against Child Abuse and Neglect. His organization has reported close to 90 cases of child trafficking and abuse in the first quarter of the year and encourages parents to be more vigilant during this period.
At this point of COVID-19, I think it's important for parents has given us an opportunity to be cautious on how to handle the children, number one. Number two, to at least learn 2-3 things on how to ensure that their children grow in a manner that is consistent to how, how the normal children should grow.
With children across the country now away from school, Maraga fears that the trend could worsen as perpetrators prey on the innocent children.
These are people who are supposed to take care of the young girls, and instead of taking care, they are preying on them.
We have instances whereby we have a lot of incest, where you find relatives or children, people who are known to a child, are abusing those children sexually, and because they find it so easy to trust them.
A majority of the cases have been reported in Nairobi, with the Director of Public Prosecution's Office encouraged to hastily process the files for arraignment of the suspects.
So depending on the individual facts of each case, upon application by the DPP, the courts will be available to give early hearing dates and hear those matters as quickly as possible.
The alert issued by the National Council on the Administration of Justice, comprising of the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, the Law Society of Kenya, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, and the Judiciary, hopes parents will remain vigilant at home to safeguard the well-being of their loved ones. Timothy Otieno, KTN News.